The Wagner Group is a private military company that has gained international attention for its involvement in various conflicts around the world. Understanding the group's origins, operations, and tactics is crucial in understanding its impact on global affairs and security. In this video, we'll explore the founding of the Wagner Group, its leadership structure, notable operations, and the tactics employed. The Wagner Group traces its roots to Dmitry Utkin, a former Russian military intelligence officer. Utkin established the group in the early 2010s, capitalizing on the growing PNC industry in Russia. The group is believed to have close ties to the Russian government, although official acknowledgement and involvement are often denied. Wagner's origins and leadership. The Wagner Group made its first appearance in Ukraine in 2014, where it played a role in the annexation of Crimea. During that same year, the group was also involved in combat alongside Russia-backed separatists in Ukraine's Luhansk region. Dmitry Valeryevich Utkin, a veteran of the First and Second Chechen Wars, is believed to be the founder of the group. Until 2008 or 2013, Utkin served as a lieutenant colonel and brigade commander in a special forces unit of Russia's main intelligence directorate, GRU, known as the 700th Independent Spetsnaz Detachment of the 2nd Independent Brig. After leaving the military, Utkin joined the Moran Security Group in 2013. This private company, founded by Russian military veterans, specialized in security and training missions worldwide, with a particular focus on anti-piracy measures. In the same year, senior managers from the Moran Security Group played a role in establishing the Slavonic Corps, a Hong Kong-based organization that recruited contractors to protect oil fields and pipelines in Syria during the Civil War. Utkin was deployed to Syria as a member of the Slavonic Corps and survived a mission that ended disastrously. Consequently, Russia's Federal Security Service arrested some members of the Slavonic Corps in November 2013 for engaging in illegal mercenary activities. In 2021, the origin of the name Wagner remained unknown according to a report by Foreign Policy. Some sources suggest that the group's name, Wagner, was derived from Utkin's call sign, chosen after the German composer Richard Wagner, whom Utkin allegedly admired due to his Third Reich association. Wagner was Adolf Hitler's favorite composer. Consequently, there are claims that Utkin has neo-Nazi affiliations, with reports from The Economist indicating his possession of several Nazi tattoos. However, members of the Wagner Group assert that Utkin follows Rodnovery, which is a belief system associated with the Slavic native faith. Insiders cited by Radio Liberty state that the leadership of the Wagner Group adheres to the Slavic native faith, a contemporary pagan religious movement. In 2017, the Turkish newspaper Yeni Şafak speculated that Utkin might have been a figurehead for the company, suggesting that the actual head of Wagner remained unidentified. Certain elements within the Wagner Group have been linked to white supremacist and neo-Nazi far-right extremists, including the openly far-right and neo-Nazi Rusich unit. Graffiti with neo-Nazi symbols has been attributed to Wagner members on the battlefield. However, Erika Gaston, a senior policy advisor at the UN University Center for Policy Research, argues that the Wagner Group is not driven by ideology, but rather operates as a network of mercenaries connected to the Russian security state. Russia denies any official connection to the group and denies its existence. In December 2016, Utkin was photographed alongside Russian President Vladimir Putin during a Kremlin reception honoring recipients of the Order of Courage and the title of Hero of the Russian Federation. Alexander Kuznetsov, Andrei Bogatov, and Andrei Troshev were also present. Kuznetsov, known as Ratibor, was reportedly the commander of Wagner's 1st Reconnaissance and Assault Company. Bogatov commanded the 4th Reconnaissance and Assault Company, and Troshev served as the company's executive director. Shortly afterward, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov confirmed Utkin's presence at the reception, stating that Utkin hailed from the Novgorod region and had received an award, although the exact reason for the award was unknown, presumably related to acts of courage. Peskov admitted that he was unaware of Utkin's level of fame. But where has Wagner worked? Beyond Ukraine, Wagner personnel were also deployed in Syria to support President Bashar al-Assad's government during the Civil War, as well as in Libya alongside the forces of Commander Khalifa Hifter. The group has also conducted operations in the Central African Republic and Mali. According to reports, Prigozhin capitalized on Wagner's deployments to Syria and various African countries to secure profitable mining contracts. In January, U.S. Undersecretary of State Victoria Nuland informed the Senate Foreign Relations Committee that the company was utilizing its access to gold and other resources in Africa to finance its activities in Ukraine. Certain Russian media outlets have suggested Wagner's involvement in the unsolved killings of 3 Russian journalists in the Central African Republic in July 2018. The journalists were investigating the group's operations at the time. What is the group's reputation? Western countries and UN experts have leveled accusations against Wagner mercenaries for engaging in human rights violations across Africa, including in the Central African Republic, Libya, and Mali. In December 2021, the European Union accused the group of committing serious human rights abuses, including torture and extrajudicial, summary, or arbitrary executions and killings. Additionally, they were accused of carrying out destabilizing activities in the Central African Republic, Libya, Syria, and Ukraine. Video footage has emerged that purportedly shows some of the actions that have contributed to Wagner's notorious reputation. In a video posted online in 2017, a group of armed individuals, believed to be Wagner contractors, were shown torturing a Syrian man. The victim was brutally beaten to death with a sledgehammer, and his head was severed before his body was mutilated and burned. Despite requests from the media and human rights activists, Russian authorities ignored calls for an investigation. In November 2022, another video surfaced showing a former Wagner contractor being fatally beaten with a sledgehammer after allegedly fleeing to the Ukrainian side and being recaptured. Despite public outrage and demands for an investigation, the Kremlin turned a blind eye. What is Wagner's role in Ukraine? As regular Russian forces face significant losses and setbacks, Wagner Group has become increasingly prominent in the Ukrainian conflict. They have taken on a more visible role as Russian troops suffered heavy attrition and relinquished control over territory, leading to humiliating defeats. In January, Prigozhin asserted full responsibility for the capture of the salt mining town of Soledar in the Donetsk region. He accused the Russian Defense Ministry of attempting to steal Wagner's achievements and glory. Prigozhin has repeatedly voiced his dissatisfaction with the Russian military's failure to provide sufficient ammunition to Wagner, citing this as the reason for his recent threat to withdraw support. To bolster their ranks, Prigozhin has visited Russian prisons, recruiting inmates and offering pardons to those who survive a 6-month deployment on the front lines with Wagner. According to U.S. estimates, Wagner is believed to have approximately 50,000 personnel engaged in the conflict in Ukraine. This includes 10,000 contractors and 40,000 individuals who were enlisted from the ranks of convicts. A U.S. official stated that nearly half of the 20,000 Russian forces killed in Ukraine since December can be attributed to Wagner's troops stationed in Bakhmut. The U.S. assessment indicates that Wagner is spending around $100 million per month on its involvement in the conflict. In December, the United States accused North Korea of supplying weapons, such as rockets and missiles, to the Russian company, which violated UN Security Council resolutions. But both Wagner and North Korea have denied these reports ever since. Alright guys, that wraps up our video for today. What else do you know about the Wagner Group that wasn't mentioned? Let us know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more.